You've been sharing a room with someone for 3 months. You know the way he breathes when he sleeps. You know he never eats. You have never once seen him in the light of day. And tonight, you are about to find out why. It starts the same way every night. You're lying on your back, staring at the ceiling, listening to the hum of the campus heating system when it comes again. That sound, not loud, not dramatic, just a low rhythmic tick, tick, tick from somewhere inside the east wall. You've told yourself it's pipes, old building, settling foundation. You've told yourself a lot of things. Your roommate, Daniel, is already asleep across the room or doing whatever it is he does. You've never actually seen him sleep. Every time as you glance though over, he's perfectly still, face turned away, blanket pulled to his chin. You've always found that a little odd. You find a lot of things about Daniel a little odd. He arrived on move-in day with 1 bag. He never brings food back to the room. He doesn't have a phone charger, but right now, the only thing you care about is that sound. Tick, tick, tick. Tonight, for the first time, you get up. You move slowly so you don't wake him. Your bare feet are cold on the tile floor. You press your ear against the east wall, the one beside the narrow wardrobe, and the sound is clearer here, almost mechanical, like a clock counting down to something. You run your fingers along the painted surface and feel it immediately. A faint seam, a rectangle, barely visible, painted over so many times the edges have blurred, but it's there, about the size of a cabinet door just behind the wardrobe. You pull the wardrobe aside, it scrapes and you freeze, staring at Daniel's silhouette. He doesn't move. The seam becomes a panel. The panel has a small latch, nearly flush with the wall, the kind you'd miss unless you were looking. You press it, something clicks, and the panel swings inward. The ticking stops. The sudden silence is somehow louder than the sound ever was. You use your phone torch. The compartment is shallow, maybe 30 centimeters deep, the full width of the panel. Inside, sitting on a narrow wooden shelf, is a stack of student ID cards, maybe 15, maybe 20, bound loosely with a rubber band that's gone brittle with age. You pick them up. Different names, different photographs, different years. The oldest card you can find is dated 1987. You don't recognize any of the faces, but something about the stack makes your stomach drop, and you don't know why yet. Not until you scroll through the university's missing students memorial page on your phone, something you've never had reason to visit before, and you start matching names. Every single card belongs to a student listed as missing. Some disappeared in the 90s, one in 2003. The most recent is a girl named Priya Ose who went missing 4 years ago from this very dormitory block. Her case is still open. You tell yourself there's a rational explanation, a prank, a collection, a very specific and horrifying hobby belonging to a previous resident. Then you get to the last card in the stack. The photo is Daniel. Same face, same jaw, same quiet, steady eyes you've looked at across a shared room for 3 months. The name on the card reads Daniel Ashford. The year printed at the bottom is 1994. Reported missing October 17th, 1994. You don't breathe. You don't move. Your phone torch is still on, pointed at the card, and the light feels obscene. Too bright, too honest. You think about every meal you've eaten in this room that he never touched. Every morning he was already gone before sunrise. The way he never casts a shadow at the right angle. The way the room gets colder on the nights he's restless. The way you've never once seen him in a mirror. You think about the sound, the ticking, as if something in this wall had been counting patiently all these years. Very slowly, you turn around. Daniel is sitting up in bed. He is looking directly at you, not with anger, not with hunger, with something far worse, recognition. The expression of someone who has been waiting a very long time for this exact moment and is, in some small and terrible way, relieved. He opens his mouth. His voice, when it comes, sounds like it is traveling a great distance to reach you. You weren't supposed to find that, he says. Then, after a pause so long, you feel the floor tilt. But I'm glad you did. He doesn't lunge. He doesn't disappear. He just sits there in the dark and talks. He tells you he doesn't know why he's still here. He tells you he's tried to leave, tried to simply stop existing more times than he can count. He tells you that every few years, a new student is assigned to this room and he thinks, maybe this time I can rest. But he never can. Something keeps him tethered to this room, to this wall, to those cards. The only proof that any of it was real, that he existed, that the others existed. He collected the cards because no one else was keeping track, because if he didn't, they'd be forgotten entirely. I'm not what took them, he says quietly. I'm what's left behind after something takes you. You don't ask what took them. Some part of you, the part that is still sane, still intact, understands that you are not ready for that answer. Instead, you ask the only question that matters right now. What do I do? He looks at the cards in your hand, then back at you. And for the first time in 3 months, Daniel Ashford, who has been dead since 1994, looks like something close to free. Tell someone, he says. Tell them we were here. The ticking never comes back after that night. Daniel is gone by morning, not just from the room, but in the way you can feel an absence, a completed thing. The wardrobe sits flush against a wall with no panel, no latch, no seam, but you still have the cards, and you know every single name.